Calijah Kancey is the most underrated prospect in the 2023 NFL Draft. What makes Kancey special is his quickness and his explosiveness in combination with his elite, violent, and quick hands. And this first play is a perfect representation of what he is as a player. So, he's lined up here, outside shoulder of the guard, and he's going to close the distance to square up the guard initially, and then he's going to push hard off his outside foot to explode inside and finish on the swim, run through the center in protection to make the stop on the draw. On this next play, he's lined up head over the guard here, and what he's going to do is step inside on step one to get the guard to step this foot inside to set inside, and then he's going to beat the outside hand and then finish over the top on the swim for the sack. On this next play, once again head up with the guard. He's going to close the distance, step hard inside to get the guard to lean forward, get him heavy on his front foot, leaning inside. Then he's going to quickly beat the hands on a double swipe to win decisively and quickly. And on this last play, once again head up with the guard. And on this play, the guard's going to shoot his inside hand quickly. But I talked about Kancey's quick hands. He's got elite reaction time, great short area quickness. He's able to counter that punch, to wipe it away, to just completely destroy the guard's balance. And then he shows great flexibility in his torso to contort, to reduce his target surface so the guard can't knock him off his path, and maintain his route to the quarterback to finish for the hit. He also does a great job controlling the pads of linemen, and this first play is a perfect example of that. So he's going to fire off the ball. Once again, he's lined up head over the guard. He fires off the ball and lands his hands inside. He gets hands on the guard before he even shoots his punch. So he's instantly created this advantage. He's going to control the pads, land inside, and then discard them, beat the back in protection to flush the quarterback out of the pocket. On this next play, he's head up with the center. And once again, great quickness and his get off to land inside to initiate this interaction, to win it in his first step, land inside, violent shed to win over the top on a swim, and finish with a QB hit. And while his lack of size is definitely a concern, it does give him a natural leverage advantage, which is evident in his ability to win on his bull rushes. So in this first play, he's initially lined up over the guard, but post snap, he's going to slant inside to rush over the center. And you see his ability to play low and play under linemen and just drive him right back into the quarterback for the hit. He does the same thing on this next play where he's lined up over the guard. But they're going to pull their guard and the center's going to slide down to block him. And he stands no chance. Plays low, plays underneath his pads, and just drives him back into the quarterback. While the basis of Kancey's game is his prowess as a pass rusher, he also shows those flashes in the run game of really good disruption. And this first play is a great example of it, where he's going to fire off the ball and strike the guard with great body angle, great shin angle to create knockback, and then he's going to drive the tackle backwards multiple yards behind the line of scrimmage to completely destroy this cutback attempt by the running back and blow up the run. On this next play, he's lined up on the inside shoulder of the guard, and he's going to do a great job getting vertical to strike the inside halves of both the guard and the center. And then he does a good job getting eyes in the backfield to find the football so he can shed and make the stop. And on this last play, pre-snap, he's going to shift to a 2-eye alignment. And he does a good job once again of getting vertical to initiate these interactions, not letting the action come to him, but dictating these matchups in the trenches to get vertical and then reduce his surface area to slip the front side combo attempt to make a play behind the line of scrimmage. And although he can be disruptive in the run game, he most certainly also has his flaws. And this first play is a great example once again. So he's lined up head over the guard, and you see his lack of size show up, where even though he plays with a wide base, positive chin angle, and good body angle, he just doesn't have the mass to hold up against this combo block and gets completely blown off the football. Similar thing on this next play. Once again, head up with the guard, And he gets vertical, strikes, good body angle, but just at 282 pounds, it's going to be hard to hold up against a combined 600 pounds driving you off the football. And those other two plays were centered around his size concerns, but he also at times is over aggressive to penetrate or get upfield. On this first play, he gets vertical to strike, good hand placement, good angle, but instead of locking out against this block to read the mesh in the backfield or read the running back in the backfield, he sheds too soon outside and completely abandons his secondary gap inside. The running back hits the hole and he goes for a big gain. And he also doesn't just lack mass for the position, he also lacks the desired length, and at times it also shows up on tape. On his first play, once again, head up with the guard like he typically is, but he's on a slant inside over the center, and he leaves his chest exposed, allowing the center to land his punch inside and control his pass. And once the center gets hold of him, he just has no counter to escape, and the rush stalls. On this next play, he's going to actually land his hands first. We see that twitch and that get off we've seen earlier in this video. He lands his punch inside, but because he doesn't have the length to fully create separation between him and the guard despite landing first, the guard's still able to get hold of his pads and control his rush and shut him down. Calijah Kancey is, once again, I'll say, the most underrated prospect in the 2023 NFL Draft. Dane Brugler of The Athletic didn't even have him in his top 50 prospects. Mike Renner of PFF had him at number 45 on his most recent big board. Kancey is a freak athlete who was ranked 9th on Bruce Feldman's freak list. He was listed at 282, ran reportedly 4.69, and jumped 31.5 inches. While he's not the same exact athlete, he is very comparable to Aaron Donald, Geno Atkins, and Ed Oliver. While he's undersized and lacks the desired length, players of his archetype and his athletic profile have a good track record of success at the next level. These undersized, explosive three techs with quick and violent hands, they tend to translate to the next level. Ed Oliver was a top 10 pick in his draft year, and he was nowhere near the polished player as a pass rusher that Kancey is. So there's obviously concerns, and his lack of size does lead to him getting pushed around by combo blocks in the trenches, and his lack of length does hinder him when guys get their hands on him early. But overall, he possesses the physical traits necessary to succeed at his size, and he has the skill level to, I think, thrive as a three tech at the next level. And although it's still early in this draft process and a lot of things are subject to change, I struggle to name 10 guys in this class who I think are better than Calijah Kancey.